evening and welcome. You're watching the 7 o'clock news on CNC3. I'm Ria Rambali.
I am Jesse Ramdew.
I am Jassi Marik with sport.
And I'm Sigoni Mohammed with your weather report.
Let's tell you what's making the news tonight. Police locked down the Forensic Science Center, stifling yet another Justice for Kaya protest outside of the no protest zones.
Top cop defends the police's independence after the opposition leader claimed protest restrictions came from the Prime Minister.
Sealot's man dies from injuries sustained during a beating he received after he reportedly raped an underage girl.
Ahead in sport, the West Indies women make it 2 wins in 2 in their pre-World Cup warm-up tour.
We've got sunshine, breezes, hazy skies, and a few fast-moving showers trying to sneak into the forecast. Find out how it all pans out and much more in the weekend weather report.
A heavy police presence descended on Federation Park as officers moved to block a planned Justice for Kaya Sealy protest outside the Forensic Science Center, restricting access to supporters, media and members of the public.
The operation unfolded even as the site was not listed among restricted or no protest zones announced by the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Justice Zambrano reports.
A show of strength.
Again, sir, we kindly ask anyone to remove yourself to that area down by the cadet office, please.
And force. The police descended on Barbados Road, Federation Park on Friday afternoon and blocked off the entire street where the Forensic Science Center is located. This was the intended location for another Justice for Kaya Sealy protest. But the road was closed off to vehicular and pedestrian traffic. In addition, police from several units added to the barricade.
So as we go along like that, added places to the list, I call it intimidation, right? Fear-mongering.
Among the protesters was Jassa Noel, who accused the authorities of silencing the voice of citizens.
If we're a nation of people, right? And the government's supposed to be working for the nation, right? No, if the nation speaking out and the government don't want to hear, that means we're not a nation.
He called on Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar to listen to the people.
Right now the whole nation feeling oppressed right now, feeling depressed right now.
Following their last demonstration on Wednesday in front of the DPP office, Police Commissioner Alistair Guevara added 15 locations to the state of emergency regulations, where protesting is no longer allowed. The Forensic Science Center was not among them. During a confrontation with police on that day, protest organizer Alyssa Phillip and her mother were arrested and charged, but released the following day on bail. Today, she opted to take her concerns to a higher power.
Lord, our nation is bleeding and we need your help. Hear our cries. Lord, help the people to know that our voices matter. And not just our voices, but our actions. Because when we cannot speak, when we are not allowed to speak, when we are prohibited from speaking, our actions would do the talking.
But for now, these protesters are staying silent. Chester Zambrano, CNC3 News.
Police Commissioner Alistair Guevara is tonight defending the introduction of a new legal notice restricting demonstrations and the independence of the police force.
His comments follow concerns over the police's decision to introduce no protest zones and whether its implementation was politically motivated. The police commissioner called on the public to be mindful of the law and a new legal notice preventing protests and gatherings within 500 meters at specific facilities and ministries. Guevara clarified that while the public could stage protests, their activities should remain lawful.
Please, if you are going to protest, if you want to express yourselves, kindly do so with what is present in terms of the law and stick within the boundaries of what is stated in the law and in the legal notice.
Guevara also urged the public to remain calm and let the law take its course, as he maintained the independence of different institutions, including the police and the judiciary.
Everyone will get their day in court, and it will be expressed before a magistrate, before a judge, before a jury, and the whole of Trinidad and Tobago will know. Right? So we want to express the independence of all the organizations involved.
Well, the police commissioner did not take any further questions.
Meanwhile, Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander is reminding officers that amidst the challenges they face, their integrity and conduct are valuable now more than ever.
Alexander took the time to address officers during remarks at the launch of a new police unit aimed at providing security specifically for diplomats and embassies. He said that their character was a critical part of fulfilling their duties.
As persons are trying to display that your integrity is in question. However, keep the fight. Continue doing your duties. Integrity is not for sale. Persons were born with that.
Well, during his feature address at the same event, the police commissioner said part of the responsibilities of the newly minted Diplomatic Security Unit of the TTPS would be to directly respond to incidents of protests opposite embassies and high commissions.
In the past, activists have staged protests opposite the U.S. and Venezuelan embassies.
Their functions will include managing protest demonstrations to balance free expression with the duty to protect missions. Protest demonstrations. We're hearing it.
Guevara says the new unit would operate under the special branch. Opposition leader Penelope Beckles is questioning the independence of Police Commissioner Alistair Guevara as she maintains that it is the Prime Minister who wanted the no-protest zones to clamp down on growing public dissatisfaction. At a PNM meeting in Aruca last evening, Beckles said the timing of the order raised concerns, coming just after police moved against protesters from the DPP's office during demonstrations linked to the Kaya Sealing matter. The opposition leader also questioned whether the Prime Minister had prior knowledge of the order before it was publicly explained by police, suggesting the move reflected a government fearful of growing public dissent.
Because if it is that the Prime Minister had access to this notice before the police was able to come and discuss it with the public, then you know who really in charge. It's not the Commissioner of Police. This is a situation where we have an insecure government.
Beckles lamented the ban on protesting within the vicinity of Parliament, which historically has been a place where people vent their frustrations. She said the voice of the people has the government terrified.
This government, like they afraid everybody. A little protest yesterday, and police come out like rain. And before you know it, they put up a notice. Because what they're really telling you, do not go back by the police station. Don't go by the Parliament. Don't go by the President. Don't go by the Prime Minister. Don't go nowhere.
Beckles' question about the independence of his office was put to Police Commissioner Alistair Guevara this morning. However, he sidestepped the question.
Several union leaders are condemning the police commissioner's decision to establish 15 no-protest zones, warning that the move threatens constitutional rights and democratic freedoms. President of the Trinidad and Tobago National Nursing Association, Edie Stewart, labeled the latest move as a frightening development and an attack on democracy. He added that the restrictions would prevent nurses and healthcare workers from carrying out planned demonstrations over salary concerns following the mid-year budget review.
This action being taken, effectively blocking workers from expressing their dissatisfaction at the seat of democracy, by the very seat of democracy, it really goes to the root of our democracy.
Meanwhile, Communication Workers Union Secretary General Joanne Ogier also criticized the Prime Minister's comments regarding Wednesday's demonstration. She accused the administration of attempting to silence dissent.
Democracy, as we see it now, is at a test. And this government seems to believe that criticism is akin to sedition. And they are attempting to silence citizens by a failed SOE and using their trolls to attack our very own freedom of speech.
Meanwhile, General Secretary of the National Trade Union Center, Michael Anisat, said the labor movement condemned the restrictions. He described the move as an overreaction to what he called legitimate public demonstrations by citizens. And General Secretary of the Joint Trade Union Movement, Ozzy Warwick, said the restrictions were inconsistent with constitutional freedoms and insisted that democracy must be protected. Tutors President Crystal Ash said he was monitoring the development. Efforts to contact the PSA and the OWTU for a comment were unsuccessful up till news time. Well, on the back of those stories, today we asked, do you support the TTPS's decision to declare 15 no-protest zones in light of the Kaya Sealy demonstration?
Here's tonight's People Say.
My personal opinion is that, as it is, you know, Trinidad and Tobago is a democracy, so we are entitled to our free speech. So I think that anybody should be able to protest anywhere, as long as it's within its right to protest, right? Don't let it get out of hand.
Nah, I support it.
Any particular reason why?
Well, but the system corrupt, you know, so I don't trust any law no more.
No, I don't agree with that, because I feel like if it's a peaceful protest, standing up for everybody's rights, I think it should be allowed. They should be allowed to protest.
Of course, because of the state of emergency at the present moment. It is vital to do.
I don't. I find, you know, they're trying to stifle the population more. They're trying to, you know, it was existing already, bringing it closer, so more stifle at this point in time, which I find is unfair to the population.
I don't think I support it, you know, simply because, you know, you don't just jump out and say you're going to put, you know, things certain places. You have to let the people know beforehand.
Well, still to come in the news, maxi taxi operators plan nationwide strike for next Monday. Thousands of commuters, including students, to be affected.
Both parties claim success in court injunction over jet ski operations at Marine Park, but questions now linger around enforcement.
Coming up in sport, Derek King plots to frustrate the South Koreans as the two nations prepare to face off in Utah.
Extra, read all about it.
We are more than headlines, more than stories on a page.
The Trinidad and Tobago Guardian newspaper, your favorite national newspaper, is relaunching its community feature section with one major focus in mind.
It's all about we Trinis.
We life and culture.
We heritage.
We health.
We food. We music.
We community.
We men.
We women.
We kids, yay!
Everything we love and adore. We are every part of Trinidad and Tobago. And now, We is a space where every reader sees themselves reflected. Introducing We, the Guardian's bold new celebration, a magazine dedicated to irresistible stories and features that celebrate the very best of Trini life. Our stories, our culture, our life.
A 52-year-old Sealots man died from injuries sustained during a beating he received after he reportedly raped a girl in the area last night.
Police said the girl was walking to a nearby shop last night when she was pulled into the man's home where she was sexually assaulted. The girl ran to a relative's house and reported what happened.
She was taken to hospital where the 13-year-old revealed the identity of the suspect to investigators. Officers later learned that the man was beaten by residents near a standpipe at the Sealots Fish Market and left on the street.
When interviewed by police at the hospital, the man denied that he assaulted the girl, insisting that he was only watching her. However, investigators were unable to get more information due to the severity of his injuries.
The man was declared dead at 10:17 a.m. today at the hospital's casualty department. Thousands of commuters across Trinidad are expected to face severe transportation disruptions from Monday after maxi taxi operators confirmed they will proceed with a nationwide withdrawal of service following unsuccessful talks with government officials. Some of the major concerns raised by maxi taxi operators include the 65 km/h speed restriction on highways, increased priority bus route pass fees, competition from PH vehicles, and restrictions on access to cities and boroughs after hours. Secretary of the Maxi Taxi Association, Vikash Kisundat, said operators from 4 of the country's 5 major maxi taxi routes have committed to the industrial action, with school transport providers also backing the move. The shutdown is expected to begin on Monday and continue into the week unless authorities provide written commitments addressing the operators' concerns. Kisundat said the decision came after another meeting with ministry officials failed to produce concrete results on several long-standing issues affecting the sector.
Well, we are going to down our equipment from this coming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Now, if the ministry decides to come forward and find a way to meet with us and give us some sort of assurance, be it a signature, be it something signed and stamped, with all these different issues that we have prior to this, we would have to reach to this measure. But if not, we go full force.
He said maxi operators had spent months trying to resolve the issues through formal channels, including regular advisory committee meetings with officials from the Ministry of Transport. According to Kisundat, operators believe they have exhausted all options available to them. Asked about contingency plans for commuters, Kisundat said the action was intended to demonstrate the importance of the maxi taxi industry to the country.
We love our customers. We know that they gave us our daily bread. However, something has to be done. We are putting this cost and this burden of the different issues we have for too far too long, and we hope that they understand and they shut down their tools as well. They should take some time off on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday as well.
He said operators were now demanding tangible commitments from authorities rather than additional discussions. CNC3 News reached out to Minister of Transport and Civil Aviation Eli Zaku for a response to the association's planned action, but we got no response.
Both parties are claiming a measure of success in yesterday's court ruling on jet ski operations at Pigeon Point and the Bucco Reef Marine Park. Justice Sherlyn Peer upheld an injunction previously granted to the Tobago House of Assembly, but established strict conditions in which jet ski operators may access the park. Attorney Chrislyn Moore, who represented the Assembly, said her clients are satisfied their concerns were heard. She said the judge performed a difficult balancing act to ensure public safety at Pigeon Point and environs. But Legal Affairs Secretary Adana Joseph Wallace said the biggest question remains enforcement. She said Tobago's lack of autonomy prevents it from policing its own waters and ensuring safety.
That is not a Schedule 5 matter. That is national security. That's something for central government. So therein is a problem. So you hear us say all the time we're speaking about autonomy. But this is why. Because we would like the authority to be able to enforce law in this space called Tobago. And that's the crux of it.
Meanwhile, Michael Frank, owner of Frankie's Stores and Rentals, described the ruling as fair and balanced. He said eliminating danger was everyone's objective and called on jet ski operators to police themselves.
This is our industry. This is our business. We don't want to have problems. Problems is bad for business. So I would hope that every jet ski operator understands this and plays his card in a correct way. Otherwise, we don't want this what happened in the last couple of months repeating itself. So I'm really hoping that they understand the severity of this and they learn from this mistake.
Senior Superintendent Rodel Kirk told CNC3 News police will collaborate with all agencies to ensure the law is obeyed in the marine park.
Homeland Security Minister Roger Alexander did not respond to calls or messages about whether his officers have the assets to police the marine park.
All right, despite the Prime Minister's stating in early April that a delegation would soon travel to Venezuela to discuss cross-border energy arrangements, there is still no definitive timeline for when those talks will take place.
CNC3 News asked the Foreign and CARICOM Affairs Minister for an update today. The Prime Minister has previously stated that Minister Sean Sobers is the point person for liaising with Caracas and making those arrangements for a visit. Sobers explained that he remains in contact with Venezuela at all times, but said that both parties must want this to happen.
When is the delegation going across?
No, and as I said before, it's a work in progress. Once we ensure that we re-engineer the process properly, our delegation will go. We don't want to go just to tick a box or to take a selfie. It has to be meaningful, it has to be tangible, and it has to be down to both the citizens of the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela and Trinidad and Tobago.
Prime Minister said soon. You're hoping this year at least?
Well, I think I answered the question already.
The Prime Minister said the delegation was going to ensure that this country gets its just share of oil and gas, which she said this country partly owns through NGC.
In tonight's Business Watch, NFM will begin June with a new Chief Executive Officer.
Meanwhile, there are mixed views about the Ministry of Trade, Investment and Tourism's recent Year 1 review announcements. Peter Christopher has more.
Terence Kalu has been appointed Chief Executive Officer of National Flour Mills Limited. In a notice posted to the Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange on Friday, it was confirmed that Kalu will assume duty next Monday, June 1st, 2026. His appointment comes 2 months after Ian Mitchell stepped down as Chief Executive Officer on March 31st. Mitchell had served as CEO at the company for just over 5 years. NFM's Chief Operating Officer Jason Mohammed had served as interim CEO prior to Kalu's appointment. In August 2025, Kalu was appointed as a member of the Board of Directors for the National Infrastructure Development Company Limited. The Ministry of Trade, Investment and Tourism's plans, which were announced during its Driving Economic Growth Beyond Energy one-year report event, has got mixed reviews from stakeholders. Speaking after Wednesday's event, Chairman of the Confederation of Regional Business Chambers, Vivek Charan, says the push for increased exports is a positive sign.
We ourselves are very concerned with entry into the manufacturing sector. We are concerned with startups, we are concerned with diversification ourselves, and how it is the ministry could actually lower the cost of entry into manufacturing and, the pathway to exports for us as well too.
However, businesswoman and committee member of the Public Sector Association of Trinidad and Tobago, Diane Haddad, felt the presentation lacked substance, particularly with regard to tourism.
Again, from the Tobago perspective, there was a Tobago representative, and I saw Tobago representatives here, but I did not see any presentation. To me, the conversation was about Trinidad and Tobago. I do not know then where is the tourism and the investment part for Tobago.
The Trinidad and Tobago Aggregate Producers Association will meet with Energy Minister Dr. Rudal Munilal on Monday, 1st June, to discuss matters affecting the quarrying and aggregate sector. In a release on Friday, the association says it welcomes the opportunity for constructive engagement and open dialogue with the ministry on several critical issues impacting operators. TTAPA says it is hopeful that the meeting will result in practical discussions and lead to a workable framework for the acquisition of processing licenses for the sand and gravel industry moving forward. And now for a look at today's energy and foreign exchange prices. Peter Christopher, CNC3 Business Watch.
Still to come in the news, Tobago's main search agency has been dormant for a week. We have the latest on the police's search for Angelo Tobias Plaza.
Don't go anywhere, because even on a quiet day, the weather always has a little story to tell, especially when it comes to our seas. I've got the details after the break.
Mom, Dad, this is Trevor.
Hi. He's no Kieran.
Back up.
Fling? That's why he crossed the road.
It was funny when Kieran said it.
Oh, who could that be?
We're like the parents who don't miss your ex.
I can't believe Kieran is in the neighborhood.
CG United. Good like that. Discover your favorite treat with Casey Candy Gummies. Sweet or sour, dive into a wave of fun shapes and flavors. Our halal gummies are made with fruit juices, and every bite is packed with fun, chewiness, and pure deliciousness. Perfect for an everyday snack, birthday parties, or lunch boxes. Make your snack time irresistible. And enjoy your day with Casey Gummies.
New remedy for the healthy function of the nerves in the feet and legs.
I have been living with diabetes over 10 years, and the nerve pain was becoming unbearable. The numbness, the tingling, the burning became a daily challenge. A friend told me about New Remedy, and after 3 weeks of trying it, there was a marked difference.
Benfotiamine, a synthetic form of thiamine, has been scientifically shown to help relieve many of these symptoms, especially in early cognitive decline. I strongly recommend it as part of your supplement regime and for all patients with nerve problems.
I have confidence in New Remedy because it contains benfotiamine. This has been proven to help with numbness, tingling, and pain in the legs and feet. As a pharmacist, I strongly recommend New Remedy to all my clients.
If you're experiencing nerve pain like I did, try New Remedy. It worked for me, it will work for you.
New Remedy is available at all major pharmacies nationwide.
It's Super Month and Savings, only at Basard's The Food King. Incredible deals on Santa Rosa Vienna sausage, 4 tins, now $20. Golden brand margarine stick to 25 grams, 3 packs, now $20. Guiltless Yum yogurt, 4 tubs, now $20. More wow deals on Sierra chicken fracks, 3 packs, now $20. Happy Charming noodles, rolled or fine, 340 grams, 3 packs, now $20. Lucozade Energy, 360 ml, 2 bottles, now $20. Fresh Harvest Chana and Brine, 3 tins, now $20. More super savings on Moo low-fat evaporated milk, 250 ml, 4 packs, now $20. Blue Sea tuna flakes in water and oil, 4 tins, now $20. Cataly tomato ketchup, 3 packs, now $20. Sale ends June 7th or while stocks last.
Quality value, that's our way. That's we're here to stay. The Food King Besides.
Sigourney, I remember last week I messaged you concerning this mysterious object in the sky. It turned out to be a SpaceX rocket.
Not only, there was a meteorite as well.
Right. Now we understand that there might be another reason to be looking up at the sky.
That's right. And during our break, Ria was wondering, are we watching that during the rain? Because we may just get some rain this weekend too. So let's find out. Because guess what, guys? Have you ever heard of the phrase once in a blue moon? Well, this weekend, the sky is giving us exactly that. On the last day of May, which is Sunday, sky watchers will see a rare blue moon. And no, it won't actually look blue. A blue moon is the name given to the second full moon in a single calendar month. And since May already had a full moon on the 1st of this month, the second one earns the title. But this one comes with a little bit of a twist. It's also a micro moon, making it appear slightly smaller and dimmer than usual. The difference is subtle, so don't expect the moon to suddenly shrink overnight. And while the term blue moon sounds dramatic, scientists say the origin of the phrase is still somewhat unclear. But here's something that is actually clear into this weekend. You want to keep one eye on the sky because a tropical wave is moving or approaching the islands, and it's bringing a noticeable
possible change in conditions as we move through the weekend before the dreaded Saharan dust haze returns. So let's take a look at what's happening here. We have a nice plume of moisture just ready to roll into the general area, affecting Guyana already and parts of Barbados. Into this evening, we are seeing hazy conditions. It's quite dull out there, a little bit of cloudiness, which could produce some brisk showers overnight, and a gentle breeze in the forecast. Not a lot going on, right? But we will see that pitter-patter increasing into this weekend's outlook, because though tomorrow kicks off a little bit on the hot and sunny side, as the day progresses, we will see that initially sunny day start to turn partly cloudy to cloudy, and with it, showers and possible thunderstorm activity. Yes, you're hearing me correctly, thunderstorm action in the forecast here. But then come Monday, we have a thick plume of Saharan dust returning, and that means we'll see hazy conditions in the forecast as well, and we'll be warming up across the general area. So for Trinidad, we still remain warm, even with all of the showery activity expected. And in the event of a heavy downpour, look out for the gusty winds. We could even see street flooding, mostly localized in areas so prone. If you're in Tobago, take note, stray thunderstorm action, mostly into the morning forecast period, but we'll see showers taking us into Sunday, but then early next week, again, hazy sunshine returns to the forecast, and the temperatures do begin to climb as well. Now, with all of this happening, we still have to take notice to what's going on offshore, because the dust haze has been impacting our visibility. For our fisher folk, we'll get a little bit of a reprieve into Saturday and Sunday, but then the dust haze returns again. No significant changes in our marine lineup at this time, except for the fact that that blue moon that's happening is going to be impacting what's going on with our tides. So higher than normal high tides, lower than normal low tides, and that's where the spring tide effect comes into play. So you want to exercise extra caution when you do venture offshore into this weekend ahead. So we're looking up at the skies for some possible rain action. That could be our first bit of meaningful rain to the islands. So we're hoping and praying it does bring some figures that we're actually comfortable with in the days ahead.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
And I'm still looking forward to seeing at least a speck of blue on that moon.
Hopefully you see the moon through the rain, right?
All right, thank you so much, Sigoni. We'll still to come in the news. After 181 years, experts urge younger generations to carry forward the Indian arrival legacy that helped shape a nation.
Legends need to be celebrated while they can still hear the applause. Trinidad and Tobago, let's show our appreciation for this Calypso giant in Thank You, David.
Calypso.
Saturday, June 6th at Napa, Port of Spain. Sunday, June 7th at Sapa, San Fernando. 2 nights, 1 legend, countless unforgettable songs. Celebrating King David in his presence and performing some of his many hits include Roger George, KV Charles, Kriston Joseph, Terry Lyons, Adrian Filbert, Irvin Alves, Chuck Gordon.
Special guests for Napa is Super Bandman, Dane Gulston, and the Lydian Singers.
Special guest for Sapa is world record holder Joshua Regrillo and the Southern Air Choir. MC Sonny Bling.
Tickets bought by this Saturday, 30th May. Cost $25 less. If stocks last. For more info, call 491-1802.
Thank you, David.
It's Super Mountain Savings. Only at Passads, the Food King. Incredible deals on Santa Rosa Chicken Vienna Sausage, 4 tins, now $20. Golden Brand Margarine Stick, 225 grams, 3 packs, now $20. Healness Yum Yogurt, 4 tubs, now $20. More Wowdies on Sierra Chicken Franks, 3 packs, $20. Lucozade Energy Drink, 360 ml, 2 bottles, now $20. Fresh Harvest Chana in Brine, 3 tins, now $20. More super savings on Moo low-fat evaporated milk, 250 ml, 4 packs, now $20. Blue Sea Tuna Flakes and Oil, 4 tins, now $20. Cataly Tomato Ketchup, 3 packs, now $20. Sale ends June 7th or while stocks last.
Bushside, quality value, that's our way. The real Bushsides, we're here to stay. The Food King Bushsides.
Don't purely age-defying firming face oil, anti-aging restorative treatment, smooths wrinkles, lines, and even tone.
Firms and tones sagging skin for a lifted appearance. Rich in antioxidants to help protect against environmental stresses. Hair removal should be painless.
Get the Crystal Hair Remover. It gently removes hair while exfoliating your skin.
No cuts, no pain, no appointments.
Available at Pennywise stores, pharmacies, and all modern Caribbean branches.
Introducing Advancis Energy Vitamins. Advancis Energy Vitamins is designed to give you the extra push you need to power through your day. It's not just any multivitamin. Packed with more than 20 vitamins and minerals with added ginseng and reinforced prebiotics. A unique synergistic formula that you will find nowhere else. To help you experience more sustained energy, feel more alive and alert to keep you going strong all day long. See the difference now with Advancis Energy Vitamins. Available at leading pharmacies and Pennywise nationwide.
Hello, Trinidad and Tobago. Bishop Angelo here, inviting you to join myself and the team in our Day of Victory Crusade on May the 31st at 5 p.m. It will be at our Temple of Restoration, located at 12 Endeavor Road in Chaguanas. For more information, call the number on your screen. Come and join us, and your life will no longer be the same.
Love eating spicy food, but soon after, that familiar discomfort begins. Heartburn, acid reflux, and bloating. Introducing Peptica Gel, formulated with aluminum hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, and simethicone to help neutralize excess acid. It's sugar-free with no chalky aftertaste and a pleasant orange flavor. Peptica Gel works fast to relieve heartburn, acid reflux, gas, and bloating, so you can feel comfortable again and get back to enjoying life. Peptica Gel, get the relief you need today. Available at pharmacies nationwide.
Panadol's new formula, 5 times faster than other paracetamol brands. There's no time to waste during special moments. When I need fast pain relief, I choose Panadol Rapid. With its new formula and exclusive technology, it's 5 times faster than other paracetamol, giving me effective pain relief. And it's also gentle on my stomach. Because my greatest gift is giving them special moments.
The hope for closure continues in Tobago, even though there are no active searches for the body of 2-year-old Angelo Tobias Plaza.
Assistant Superintendent Mahalia Bacchus insists police have not given up hope and will continue looking for the toddler. Angelo was reported missing from his home in Cambridge Trace, Goodwood on May 11th. Despite an extensive search effort, including most recently along the Goodwood coastline, the child's body is yet to be recovered. His stepfather, Shannon Miller, has been charged with his murder. Tobago Emergency Management Agency Director Alan Stewart said the police have not requested their services for the past week.
We are not actively involved in the search per se at this stage. Our involvement only comes at the request of the law enforcement. So sometimes they request certain assets and we make those assets available. So far we have, for the past week, we have not been asked to respond based on where the investigation is at this stage.
Angelo's mother, who was detained along with her partner on May 15th, has since been released by police.
However, she has not returned to her home on Cambridge Trace. Well, the UE Games came to a close today, Jesse, and Jesse's standing by with the latest.
Yeah, that's why, right? It was all open coming into the final day of this week-long multi-sport games. After the break, we'll tell you which campus have claimed the bragging rights. And we've got your sporting cardinal points covered with this weekend's Sport Wrap. Stick around. We'll be back.
Backed by popular demand, Food Basket Marketplace, Arima, Chaguana, Champlain, and Gulfview, where the saving never stops. Spend $500 or more, and you can choose one of these free giveaways: a gallon twist juice, a gallon bleach, or 5-liter vinegar. And hear this, the savings keep getting bigger and better. Spend $1,000 or more, and choose one of these amazing free giveaways: a hibiscus 10-kilogram flour, or 8 kilograms ground rice. So come and save big with Food Basket Marketplace, Arima, Chaguana, Champlain, and Gulfview. Food Basket Marketplace, where shopping is a pleasure and the price is right. You bless me until it overflows. You bless me, you bless me, you bless me now. You bless me, Jesus.
Catch Sherwin Gardner live in Sold Out on Saturday 6th June at the Magdalena Grand in Tobago and Sunday 7th at Napa Port of Spain. Save $50 on tickets bought by Saturday 30th May. Available in Tobago, Cass Supermarket, Yachts Marketing, Orange Hill, Crosscutters, Scarborough, Caribbean Jewelers, Lowlands Mall, Victory Outreach Church, Scarborough, Dominion Appliances and Gift Shop, Conby, Tobago. In Trinidad, Crosby St. James, All Extra Food Supermarkets, Simon's Music Supplies, Port Street, all Kenny's Sports Stores, Dominican Bookstore, St. Finbar's Compound, Napa Box Office, online at islandetickets.com. For more info, call 358-6397. Sherwin Gardner, Sold Out.
Hello, Trinidad and Tobago. Bishop Angelo here, inviting you to join myself and the team in our Day of Victory Crusade on May the 31st at 5 p.m. It will be at our Temple of Restoration, located at 12 Endeavor Road in Chaguanas. For more information, call the number on your screen. Come and join us, and your life will no longer be the same.
Heart disease is the #1 cause of death in Trinidad and Tobago, driven by two silent threats, diabetes and high cholesterol. But now there's a powerful ally, introducing Berberine Plus by Asia Nutrition, clinically proven to stabilize blood sugar and keep cholesterol levels in check. With 99.9% pure extract, you get superior absorption and real results. Available now at Pennywise and leading pharmacies nationwide. Berberine Plus, your heart deserves better.
Welcome back. It's time for sport now. The West Indies women's team's preparations for the T20 World Cup continued with another win in Dublin, Ireland on Friday. After beating the hosts on Thursday, the women in maroon beat Pakistan by 25 runs.
The West Indies women batted first today in Dublin, and Hayley Matthews, fresh from yesterday's 82 win, the win against Ireland, was at it again. But this time she didn't last too long and was out for only 40 from just 20 balls. Deandra Dutton was out for 17 and West Indies was 64 for 2 only in the 17th over. Kiana Joseph made only 4 and the women in maroon were 66 for 3. But then Stephanie Taylor and Jazara Claxton put together a 54-run partnership. Taylor dominated the collaboration with 4 fours and 2 sixes. But she was out on 39 with a score on 120 for 4 in the 13th over. Claxton followed soon after for 17, 122 for 7. A 65-run partnership between Janelia Glasgow and Chanel Henry followed at the back end of the West Indies innings. Glasgow hit 7 fours in a top score of 42 before she was out with a score on 187. Henry was unbeaten on 33 as West Indies closed on 199 for 6. Set to 100 to win, Pakistan were in all sorts of problems early. They lost Gul Feroza, Maniba Ali, Ayesha Zafar and Saira Jabin, and were left reeling at 52 for 4. Ramin Shamim provided some resistance, but she was run out at 84 for 5 as West Indies looked to wrap this one up early. Alia Riaz made a top score of 37 and was involved in a handy partnership with Iram Javed before Javed was out for 24. Fatima Sana defied the Windies bowlers. The Pakistan skipper hit 2 sixes in a 27, but Pakistan could only close on 174 for 8, surrendering by 24 runs. Ian Wason, CNC3 Sport.
West Indies vice-captain Chanel Henry was the player of the match. And the women in maroon, they are back in action on Monday against Ireland. By this time tomorrow, TNT's senior soccer warriors will be shaping up to face the world's 25th ranked team, South Korea. The Warriors arrived in Salt Lake City, Utah on Thursday and conducted their first session under the watch of head coach Derek King. South Korea is preparing to contest Group A of the 2026 FIFA World Cup, opening their campaign on June 11th against Czechia. By contrast, TNT's next competitive fixture is not until September in the CONCACAF Nations League, but head coach King might be thinking about unsettling the Asian giants.
In the first 20 minutes, we have to concentrate, be focused. As I told them, once we defend as a unit, put ourselves in situation where we could counter, press the ball when we attack. And I think, once we defend well, we will create the opportunities, goal scoring opportunities. The most important thing for us right now is to really go and give a good showing of ourselves, prepare ourselves for our game in September.
Well, King's first selection since being handed the job on a permanent one-year deal contains several new faces and a few more with limited international experiences. Among those hoping to impress against a quality opponent are two players with TNT football heritage, Ali Kazim Naked, son of former captain David Naked, and Jaheim Fostin, the son of former strike squad utility man Marvelous Marvin Fostin.
Being selected to the team, I've been playing the game numerous nights in my head, countless times. With the caliber of players we have and also the caliber of players they have, we are in that building phase of our national team football, and I think that we just take it a step at a time, and with the graces of God, we would reach there.
Nobody's looking at this like a friendly. We want to win. Regardless of results, we want to win, we want to be successful, and so that it's a positive stepping stone for the upcoming games so we can build some momentum.
Well, 14-year-old Rondon Wilkinson has created history, winning Trinidad and Tobago's first archery gold medal at the Pan American Championships. Wilkinson's triumph at the Pan American Youth and Masters Championships in Medellin, Colombia, of course, made him one of the first athletes to ever do so. The Piparo resident was the measure of composure in sealing a semi-final win in the under-15 mixed barebow category against Ekaterina Sabotina from the USA. From there, he met Nathan Lee, also of the USA, in the gold medal matchup. After 5 intense sets, the pair was still tied at 5 apiece. That warranted a one-arrow shootout between the pair, and there Lee hit an 8 before Wilkinson hit 9, earning the St. Stephen's College student this proud moment.
And the gold medal and first place for Rondon Wilkinson from Trinidad and Tobago. Primer lugar y medalla de oro para Rondon Wilkinson de Trinidad y Tobago.
Other TNT team members, Raphael Young and Khadija Rahamat, just missed out on a medal themselves in the under-15 mixed team recurve. Arian Ayers and Young reached the quarterfinals in the under-15 recurve. Zaina Saifu, she bowed out in the second round of the under-18 recurve. Congratulations to all of them, including young Rondon. Mona Campus finished top of the overall standings at the 32nd edition of the UE Games. St. Augustine Campus, meanwhile, gave it their all on the final day, but were just short in the end.
The day began early with table tennis. St. Augustine's pair of Priyanka Kilawan and Rebecca Sterling were a cut above their opponents, Five Islands, Jubal Joseph and Samiria Mussington. Kilawan and Sterling took the victory in 3 straight sets, winning 11-1, 11-5 and 11-2 to put their team 3 sets to 0 ahead in the tie. In the second match of the contest, Ade Lal met Five Islands' Micah Roberts. Lal, too, was a straight set winner, disposing of Roberts 11-7, 11-3, 11-5. Kilawan returned to the table to wrap up the tie against Joseph. She won the first set 11-2 and the second 11-3 to rack up an unassailable lead. St. Augustine winning 8 sets to 0. However, they surrendered the table tennis title to Mona for the first time in 13 years. Mona Campus's volleyballers also captured the goal in the men's final. After a strong start, Augustine fell behind in the first set. The Jamaica campus would eventually win it 25-14. They followed that up with a battling second set win, taking it 25-19 and putting themselves much closer to the title. However, St. Augustine roared back in the third to give themselves a lifeline. In the closest run set of the match, a 25-23 result, extending the life of the hotly contested final. But Mona prevailed at the end of an epic fourth set. Pressing and prodding Augustine until they found an opening, they won 3 sets to 1, 25-14, 25-19, 23-25, 25-14. The TNT campus taking silver. St. Augustine's netballers put another silver on the home team's record with a 99-11 battering of their peers from the Five Islands campus. Again led to victory by captain and goal shoot Micaiah Bramble. The final standings show Mona reigning over the rest of the region with 118 points. Caville finished second on the ranking with 97 and St. Augustine third with 96, having won 3 gold, 4 silver and 4 bronze medals. Jovan Ravello, CNC3 Sport.
All right, thank you, Jovan. Here now is our World Cup countdown with 13 days left in the running.
13 days to go and a record that's stood for 68 years and 17 World Cup editions. Just Fontaine didn't expect to feature for France at Sweden 58, as evidenced by the fact that he carried just 1 pair of tugs to the quadrennial. A shot call-up for Les Bleus opener against Paraguay. As luck would have it, Fontaine ripped one side in training the day before. Undaunted, with a borrowed pair, he hit a hat-trick in that match to solidify his spot. The winner against Scotland in their next match, a double against Northern Ireland, a goal against Brazil, and a beaver against West Germany to help the French secure bronze. That's 13 goals in 6 matches, an average of a goal every 42 minutes, and a feat which has never been surpassed since, despite the caliber of forwards who followed the French legend onto the world stage. They are national heroes, and they are national heroes. Justo stands above them in the pantheon of greats, even with 13 more days before a new chapter is written into World Cup history. Jovan Ravello, CNC3 Sport.
13 goals in one tournament. Will we see that record broken this year? Only time will tell. Here now, though, is our sporting itinerary for another weekend of plenty. The Trinidad and Tobago Premier Football League's Tier 2 Division 1 title is currently being decided, with Police FC and QPCC in battle at the St. James Police Barracks. But there are a few positions down the table still to be worked out, with matches in the East, West, Central and Tobago on Saturday. Central Soccer World goes to Tobago to face off with Canby Mount Pleasant. Defending champions Defence Force welcome Malabar Young Stars, and Palo Seco Union Hall travel to Caroni to take on Harlem Strikers. Those matches kick off at 4 p.m. and at 6 p.m. Matura Reunited entertains UTT. Schoolboy footballers of yesteryear turn back the clock at the North Zone Alma Mater Football Invitational. Play kicks off at 2 p.m. on Saturday at the Diego Martin Regional Sporting Complex. Volleyball's Super League A finals are contested all weekend long. It served off this evening at the National Cycling Centre and continues from 10:30 on Saturday morning and 8 a.m. on Sunday. Costat's 13th annual Run for Life 5K and Health Fair is on at City Campus, Melville Lane, Port of Spain from 6:30 a.m. on Sunday, and pickleballers from Barbados, Jamaica, the Cayman Islands and other parts of the region have travelled to TNT for the 3-day Answer Bank Open. That continues on Saturday at 8 a.m. and on Sunday from 7 a.m. at St. Anthony's Drive, Diego Martin. Novak Djokovic bowed out of the French Open today, but not without a fight against 19-year-old Brazilian João Fonseca. It's our Sport High. 23-time Grand Slam champion Novak Djokovic will wait one more tournament for that elusive record, but this passing shot was one of the most scrumptious of his third-round French Open defeat today. Surgical with the forearm, just clipping the right side of the line. Despite defeat in an epic 5-setter, Djoko delivers a momentary reminder of his greatness and gets our Sport High. 13 days to go to the World Cup, guys. Any excitement more than the last time?
The excitement right now is actually for tomorrow, and for the Arsenal supporters in our newsroom, Derek, Ryan, and Chester.
I just know the conversation on Monday is going to be very exciting.
And heated, trust me.
All right, thank you so much, Jassy. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
Backed by popular demand, Food Basket Marketplace, Arima, Shagwana, Champlain, and Gulfview, where the saving never stops. Spend $500 or more, and you can choose one of these free giveaways: a gallon twist juice, a gallon bleach, or 5-liter vinegar. And hear this, the savings keep getting bigger and better. Spend $1,000 or more, and choose one of these amazing free giveaways: a hibiscus 10-kilogram flour, or 8 kilograms brown rice. So come and save big with Food Basket Marketplace, Arima, Shagwana, Champlain, and Gulfview. Food Basket Marketplace, where shopping is a pleasure and the price is right.
Dress like you mean business. At The Working Woman, we bring you stylish, professional looks made for the modern woman. From casual to formal workwear, we've got your professional wardrobe covered. Visit Tire Clinic Marketing, New Truck and OTR Tire Service Center at number 30 and 32 Montrose Main Road, Chaguanas. Call today at 665-8973 or 672-3419. Alignment services available. Tire Clinic Marketing, Truck and OTR Service Center. A tire for every need.
Plumbing problems? Don't guess. Call Plumbing Solutions at 628-4646. Proud to be serving Trinidad and Tobago for over 20 years. We do it all. Maintenance and repairs, new construction, sewer lines, inspection, drain cleaning, leak detection. We are licensed and insured. So call Plumbing Solutions at 628-4646.
Get the story first.
Want to know what's happening in news, sports, or crime? Get the CNC3 app. As the story breaks, CNC3 is there giving you the story first on your mobile device. Be connected to the most trusted and reliable news source, CNC3. Access your world with just a tap. The CNC3 app. Download it today.
Welcome back. From language and cuisine to music, religion and tradition, the influence of Indian indentured laborers remains deeply woven into the fabric of Trinidad and Tobago, 181 years after the arrival.
As we recognize Indian Arrival Day, we spoke to some experts who all emphasize the need to keep the legacy going for younger generations.
Every ethnic group has to understand their past. And it is only when we appreciate that past, the young generation will be less likely to migrate. People will be able to appreciate their environment. They'll be able to understand their community.
181 years ago, the first group of indentured laborers arrived in Trinidad.
That first journey, it was a journey of uncertainty. It was a journey 103 days it took from India to Trinidad. And a lot of these Indians, not just in 1845, but afterwards, they were tricked and kidnapped from the villages in India to come across. Children were kidnapped. Parents were kidnapped. Parents were separated from their children.
While the British brought them as vessels of labor, they arrived carrying with them rich cultural traditions.
In that, these early Indians introduced new languages. They spoke Hindi, Bhojpuri, Urdu. They came with a different dress. They dress differently. Today, we see these saris, the shalwas, all these different things. They came on the ships, and often they just sometimes had seeds like same, okra, mango, all these things. Today we enjoy the Indian delicacies, like the kurma, the chana, the doubles, the roti. So they introduced a new cuisine into the Trinidad and Tobago.
Local historian Dr. Jerome Tilak Singh strongly believes there's a need to hold on to these aspects of culture and identity, a sentiment that President of the National Council of Indian Culture, Dr. Suraj Deomangaru, agrees with. He shares that this close connection with Indian roots shines through in many different ways.
When people hear about Indian culture, they usually identify Indian culture as singing and dancing, as chutney music.
Oh, that's true. In the years gone by, you associate Indian culture with song, music, and dance. But we have been able to bridge that. We have our art and painting exhibition, we have the pottery exhibition, and we have been doing this for the last 10 years, and it is encouraging. What I'm seeing now that is very encouraging, I'm seeing a lot of young Hindu Trinidadians are now stepping forward to identify themselves with their culture and their religion in Hinduism, in Islam, and also in Christianity, Presbyterianism.
And this deep connection to Indian culture is something greatly admired by India's High Commissioner to TNT, Dr. Pradeep Rajpurohit.
Anybody coming from India for the first time, when we come and see all these festivals, customs, heritage, all that, we are all amazed. Sometimes we have no words to express. I landed here in the month of October in 2023, when the Diwali and Dashera and Ram Leela celebrations were going on. We back in India, we share these videos and snippets and all, and see that, look at so far away, thousands of miles away, you have this kind of celebration, and our civilization has been intact for so many years and so many generations. So it's an incredible feeling.
In recognition of Indian Arrival Day, the hope remains that younger generations can continue to carry on the legacy left by ancestors. Liana Maharaj, CNC3 News.
It's time to recap our headlines. Police locked down the Forensic Science Center, stifling yet another Justice for Kaya protest outside of the no protest zones.
Top cop defends the police's independence after the opposition leader claimed protest restrictions came from the Prime Minister.
In sport, the West Indies women make it 2 wins and 2 in their pre-World Cup warm-up tour.
And an approaching tropical wave brings much-needed wet weather, but Saharan dust returns soon after. As we leave you, let's remind you to stay connected with us on our social media platforms.
There you'll find tonight's stories, the latest updates and exclusive content, and don't forget to pick up a copy of the Guardian newspaper.
We've come to the end of the 7 p.m. news here on CNC3. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Ria Rambali.
I'm Jesse Ramdew.
I am Jassi Marique.
And I'm Sigoni Mohammed. Have a great and safe weekend.
You're watching CNC3.
Keeping it real estate.